I was trying to brainstorm on what kind of videos I want to make for this channel. I have a ton of books and I have a ton of video ideas, but I thought in today's video I will chat with you about all of the books that I pre-ordered that came out in June. Hi friend, my name is Sarah and welcome back to my channel. Some of these books have actually been released before, only in hardcover, but now they are available in paperback. And to be honest with you, I prefer paperback books versus hardcover. And let me know in the comment below which one you would prefer. This first book that I have is, I feel like, by an author that mostly everybody loves. It is Ailey Hazelwood's most recent book called Problematic Summer Romance. And this is about Maya and Connor. Maya is 23, Connor is 38. And I guess this is like an age gap romance, but I feel like this is a lot of gap. Maya is a grad student and I think Connor is a successful biotech guy. And Connor never really, I guess, acknowledged that Maya existed. I mean, obviously she's there, but Maya is Connor's best friend's younger sister, so they never really interact. They don't really grow up together. But one summer, Maya's brother is getting married in, I believe, Italy. And she and Connor would have to basically get stuck together for a whole week in an Italian villa. And they were kind of forced to spend time together, eat out the good food, look at the pretty view and all of that. And I guess they will start to feel something toward each other. So I cannot wait to read this book, hopefully before summer ends, because this is a brand new book, so it's not really on the top of my TBR list. The next book that I got is Worth Fighting For by Jessie Q. Sutanto. If you have never heard of Jessie Q. Sutanto before, she is the author of the Farah Wang book series. She's also a fellow Chinese-Indonesian author. I think she is based in Jakarta, which is kind of crazy that all of her books are basically published in the US, but this is actually the 5th book in the Meant to Be book series, and this is a Mulan retelling. Mulan is probably one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, and when I read the premise of this book, it's kind of similar but also completely different. The names of the main characters are still Mulan and Shang, but their, I guess, situation is totally different. It's not about a war. Anyways, Mulan's dad actually owned a private equity company and she's trying to be a partner in that company. In the back of the book, it says that her parents probably would wanted a son and she has to play the part of the perfect daughter, which is kind of similar to the Disney movie of Mulan. Mulan's dad is kind of in the middle of an acquisition when he fell sick, and she promises her dad that she will close the deal. However, the other company, I think the company is a small whiskey company, Wutai Gold, is also another family business, and they only want to deal with Mulan's dad. So what can Mulan do to help other than pretending to be her dad? She was able to pretend to be her dad, like through email communications and stuff like that. But the whiskey company Wutai Gold invited her over to close the deal in the Lee family ranch and distillery. So I'm not really clear if she actually goes to the other business as like her dad, so like as a dude, just like the movie, or if she's just going in there as like herself. I'm not really sure because it doesn't really say it here. So again, I cannot wait to read this book. I actually also pre-ordered the box set of the first 4 books and it should be coming, I think, sometime in September or October. So since this is not a summer book, I might wait out a little bit until I maybe read the first 4 books before reading this one. But I'm pretty sure this is one of those standalone series that you can probably read each of the books separately and not in order, but we shall see. So for the next 2 books, I'm going to group them together because they are part of a saga, and it is the Spark of the Everflame, which is the first book, and Glow of the Everflame, which is the second book. There are book 3 and 4 that I'm pretty sure are already out, but they're not in the special edition like this one. So I think I'm gonna wait until book 3 and 4 are out in the special edition to get them and probably pre-order them from Barnes & Noble. I'm just gonna read the premise of the first book so we don't spoil the second and the rest of the series for ourselves. In a mortal world colonized by the gods and ruled over by the Descended, their cruel magical offspring, Diem yearns to escape her poor village. Her mother's sudden disappearance and the discovery of a dangerous secret about her past offer Diem an unexpected opportunity to enter the dark world of Descended royalty and unlock the web of mysteries her mother left behind. With the dying king's handsome, enigmatic heir watching her every move and a ruthless rebel alliance recruiting her to join the growing civil war, Diem will have to navigate the unwritten rules of love, power, and politics in order to save her family and all of mortal kind. So the next book that I got, like I mentioned, this is one of the books that have been published probably sometime last year, only in hardcover, but now they came in paperback. This is Margot's Got Money Troubles by Ruthie Thorpe. This is also has been adapted to a movie, and I was scrolling Instagram a few days ago and I saw that they were filming in like downtown Vegas. So the filming is almost wrapped and I'm hoping that I'm able to read the book before the movie comes out. I'm not really sure when that movie is gonna come out, maybe the end of this year or maybe even next year, but hopefully I'll be able to finish this book. Anyways, this book is about Margot, who is the child of a Hooters waitress and an ex-pro wrestler. She's trying to make it on her own and she goes to a community college. She had this brief affair with her English professor and she actually got herself pregnant from that relationship, and despite of everyone's telling her maybe not to keep the baby, she decided to keep the baby and basically try to do something bigger with this baby on the way. Anyways, fast forward a little bit, when she's 20, she is alone with an infant, unemployed, and basically on the verge of getting kicked out of her current place. All of a sudden, her dad, the name is Jinx, shows up on her doorstep and asks if he can move in with her. She basically said yes, but she asked him if he can help her out with taking care of the baby when she needs to maybe get a job and make some money. She's trying to form a plan. I think the first plan of her trying to make money is to start an OnlyFans account as an experiment, and then I think her dad is trying to give her some advice from like his wrestling days to craft like a compelling character and how to make people actually pay attention to her and to love her. So I'm assuming that she might start OnlyFans as an experiment, but I think she's going to continue doing that as a way to make money for her family. I'm actually kind of excited to read this. It sounds like it could be like funny, and maybe it will also have some kind of like in-depth life lessons from just her situation. Last but not least, I have Ashley Poston's newest release, Sounds Like Love. Again, I pre-ordered this. I'm pretty sure in the beginning of the year when Barnes & Noble was having their 25% off pre-order. I did read The 7-Year Slip this year. That book was, in my opinion, pretty enjoyable, but also kind of predictable. I hope that this is something that I will not be able to predict, but this one also has some type of magic realism in it. I think this is about Joni, who's a songwriter. She's kind of like having a writer's block, I'm pretty sure. She decided to go home to Vienna Shores in North Carolina, like her hometown, hoping that she'll be able to get some inspiration from like her old life. And I guess when she gets there, everything basically changed. Like her best friend is hiding something, her mom's memories are fading fast, and I think there's this venue called The Revelry where people used to perform for music and stuff like that, and it's closing down. And I guess when she's back in her hometown, she has like a melody in her head that are kind of like lingering, and she wanting to see like who it belongs because she heard the melody, but she also heard like a voice. I think that is part of like the magic realism for this book, because there's actually a man who shows up in Vienna Shores. He is arrogant and guarded, but I think that's the voice that she's been hearing. So they have like a random and weird telepathic connection, I guess, based on like this tune that they can hear. on like their head. So they're trying to see if they could work together and maybe create something that sounds like love. I don't know. I think there's actually one more that I pre-ordered. It's called The Wedding People by Alison Aspock, I think. This book again was published probably sometime last year, only in hardcover, and I'm waiting for the paperback version to be available. It should be coming, I think, sometime next week. I've heard so many things about it, and I feel like I don't even read the summary of the book, but I already kind of know what it's all about. I don't remember the names, but basically there's this couple who have been married for a while, and I think he decided that he wants to get a divorce from her, but she was also kind of planning this like grand vacation at this really nice resort hotel before he decided that he wants to separate from her. She decided to go to this hotel anyway because she already booked it and planned it. Her sole reason to go there is to basically end her life. I'm pretty sure that is not a spoiler because a lot of people are talking about the book, also talking about that specific part. When she did get to this resort, she noticed that she is the only person who is not part of a wedding that is about to happen this weekend when she's there. And I guess for some reason she was able to meet up with the bride, and she was kind of telling the bride her purpose to be there. And obviously, as the bride trying to get married, she was like, no, you're not gonna do that. Like, I don't want you to basically spoil my wedding with whatever you're trying to do, because the only thing that people will remember from her wedding weekend is what she's about to do. They somehow became kind of like friends. They bonded over something, I want to say, and that's all I know about the book, and I can't wait for the book to get here. But anyways, those are all of the books that I pre-ordered that came out in June. Also, if you have read any of these books, especially the ones that have been released before, let me know in the comment below what your thoughts are, and I will see you next time.